Hello friends, are you lacking in the concept of class and object in C++ programming language? Then don't worry, this presentation will clear all your doubts in class and object in C++ programming language. So let's begin. Before we will discuss about the object and the class in C++, let's we know why the C++ is an object-oriented programming language. As we know, some basic features of object-oriented programming languages are inheritance, encapsulation, and polymorphism. Basically, the C++ is partially object-oriented language because the C++ partially supports these above features. That's why it is known as partially, or we can say semi-object oriented programming language. So first one is inheritance. It is the mechanism in which new class adopt the property of old class, that is reusability. Second one is encapsulation. It is a mechanism to bind the code and data. Third one is polymorphism. Function that have same but their arguments is in different is called polymorphism. Now, what are the things which we will discuss in this video? First one is origin of C++, second one is class in C++, third one is object in C++, simple program using class and object, access modifier that is private, protected, and public with program, member function inside and outside with program, the nested class in C++. So it is a short introduction about myself. I am Simran Patel, a student of BCA, and I really love coding. Now, as per our content, firstly we will discuss the origin of C++. The C++ was developed by the Brazilian startups at the Bell Laboratories over a period starting in 1979. Since C++ is an attempt to add object-oriented features plus other improvements to C. Earlier it was called as C with object. As the language developed, startups named it as a C++ in 1983. C++ was also known by C with class. So now let's redefine the class in C++. Basically, what is class in C++ and what is the definition says about class in C++? A class in C++ is a building block that leads to object-oriented programming. It is a user-defined data type which holds its own data members and member function. So what is data member? Member functions we will discuss further, which can be accessed and used by creating an instance of that class. Instance means that existence. Why we use class? A class is a mechanism of binding data members and associating methods in a single unit. If you want to define an object in your code, so what is object? We will discuss it further. You can use classes to make an object more readable and make that defined object reusable. If you want to define a same type of variable with many properties, you can use classes. Now let's try to understand the class and object through real life example. So let's consider the class of car. So car is the type of class in which they're having maximum they are having multiple objects like the car having their Honda, the Jeep, the BMW, the Lamborghini, and etc. That is Nano, etc. etc. Okay, so the car is a class, and their types like Honda, Jeep, BMW. These all are called the objects. Okay, so this is the example of class and objects. And now to the syntax of class. So how we will write the class syntax? It is like firstly we will write the class after the name of class. After that we will open the class with curly braces, and in which we will write access modifier, data members, member functions, and we will close the class with a semicolon. Now, the object in C++. An object is a class instance that allows programmers to use variables and methods from inside the class. C++ objects. When a class is defined, only the specifications for the object is defined. No memory or storage is allocated. To use the data and access functions defined in the class, we need to create object. So very simple thing is written here is that whenever we write the class and whatever we write in the class, there is not any memories allocated to use that data. So we need to access it whatever defined in the class. That's why we need to create objects. So the syntax of object is class name. It is the name of class and object name. Now here it is a very simple program written using the class and object. So we are already defined what is class and what is object. So it is a program of using class and object. First it is has include IO stream. So this program is written by the use of C++ programming language. That's why the header file is IO stream. IO means input output string. Okay, using namespace std class sp. Here try to understand the name of class. I have written sp. Whatever variable you want to, whatever name you want to write, you can write here the name of class. Okay, after that there is a access modifier, that is public. After that int. So I am taking your function int. So and in cout I define welcome friends in the world of C++. After that I will close this function here, and I just close this class here with a semicolon, and whatever the data is written in the class, try to understand this data not occupy any space in the memory. So to use this data we need to create object. So in main function we will create that object. So here it is int main. Here sp, look here, the class name is sp, and what was the syntax of object, that is class name and object name. So class name is here sp, I am written here sp, and object I am given the name obj, that is obj. Now to access the data which is written in the class, that is written in the where, that is written in the show function. That's why to access that data we have just defined here obj dot show, and after that return 0, and we are just close this main function. And when you will run this code in your terminal, you will get the output welcome friends in the world of C++. And it is here the access modifier. Basically the access modifier having their three types. First one is public, private and protected access modifier. So what is public? Members are accessible from outside the class is called public. Private, members cannot be accessed or viewed from outside the class. Protected, members cannot be accessed from outside the class, however they can be accessed in inherited classes. So you can look from this figure also, it is a class, it is public, protected and private. Now it is a very simple program written here to understand the access modifier like private, public and protected. So from beginning let's we discuss. It is a has include IO stream. We all know IO stream is a header file for the input output stream. After that class C, here the name of class I am taking C. After that is a private string super for, and after that public string text, after that protected string C, and I am closing the class with semicolons. After that I am going to create object to access this all the data written in the class. So C as a name of class and obj for the object, obj dot super to access this one private one, and obj dot text to access this one, and obj dot c to access the protected one. Now when you will run this program, you will get the code output as cat. You know why? Because I am comment this all what is written in private and protected. When you will remove this comment from protected and in the private one, then you will get the error is that what I have written in the protected and private is not accessible. So when you run this code, you will able to understand this all this private, public and protected access modifier better. So please go and open your VS Code, whatever terminal you are using, and just run and try to understand better. So now we will discuss about the member function. A member function of a class is a function that has its definition or its prototype with the class definition like any other variable. Member function in C++ operates on any object of the class of which it is a member and has access to all the members of the class for that object. Therefore, we need to declare an object of the class to access member function of that particular class. There are two ways to define function that belong to a class, that is inside class definition and outside class definition. Firstly, we will discuss about the inside class definition. So what is inside class definition? We can access method just like show access attributes by creating an object of the class and using the dot syntax. Okay. Now after looking the code of this inside class definition, we will discuss the outside class definition. Now it is example of inside class definition. For as example is written here, firstly it has include IO stream. So it is a header file using namespace std. After that class first. Here the first is the name of class public. It is access modifier public, and after that the void method, uh, that is the method function defined inside the class. After that, in which we will print cout welcome in C++, and we are just closing this function by this curly braces, and we just close this class with this curly braces and the semicolon. After that, we will create the object, that is int main first obj. I am taking the name of class first and obj object. Create an object of the first obj dot method, call the method from this class, return 0, and when you will close this main function and when you will run in your compiler, you will get the output in your terminal as welcome in C++. So this is the simple code of inside member function, and after that we will discuss about the outside member function. Now the outside class definition. To define a function outside the class definition, you have to declare it inside the class and then define it outside of the class. This is done by specifying the name of the class, followed the scope resolution operator. It is the scope resolution operator, followed by the name of the function outside example. So has include iostream using namespace std. Then here is the class name first. After that access modifier public, then it is a method function is a declared, and after that it is the void first method method function definition outside the class, and we will print welcome in C++. After that int main, which is the object we are creating to access the whatever written in the class. Create an object of first, and after that obj dot method, call the method, and when you will run this code you will get the output welcome in C++. What is the difference in inside the class definition and outside the class definition is that in the inside of the class definition there is the code which is written inside the class, but in the in the inside the class definition, the what is the function which is written in the class, but in the outside class definition the function is written outside the class and it is written by this operator. And after that we just call obj dot method from our object, and when we will run we will get the output as welcome in C++. And here it is written a very simple program in which we have to store which one is greater in integer 3 number. So here I am using the name of class as a super private. In private there is an integer type of variables in which a is equal to 1000, b is equal to 200, sorry, a is equal to 100, b is equal to 200, and c is equal to 1000. In public there is int big as a function name, and if a is greater than b and a is greater than c, then it will print a is the greatest. And after that if else b greater than a and b greater than c, then it will print as b is greater than both c and a, else it will print c is greater than both input numbers. And after that I am creating the object to access whatever written in the classes. So I am taking super as the name of the class, and z I am taking the object name, and to calling the or to access the function I am taking z dot pick and return 0. When you will run this code you will get the output is c is greater than both the input numbers, and the c was 1000. So it is the code which is simple, and please go and try to run and able to understand it better. And it is a very simple program written using for loop in class. It is as simple as we are discussed later. That is here the name of class is emp. This is the written code using for loop to print the uh, uh, employee, salary, name, and the number of that employee. Okay, so how many times you want to write his employee number, salary, or name? So I am taking there 3 times I want to print. So further we will discuss, we will look the for loop conditions. So here it is written, the name of class is emp, that is emp. Private, in private, that is integer, e number. Float, I am taking float types of data type, in which e salary, and CAD as the e name. In this, in public, I am taking the int enum. Enum is a function name in which I want to print ID number and employee salary and the name, in which I am taking input from the user, the number, salary, and the name of the employee. After that, int show, this is another function in which I am showing, in which taking the for loop, that is I is equal to, I am taking integer as a I, which is for the which is for looping. So I will be start from 0, it will go till 3, and if the condition is true, then it will plus plus. After plus plus means it will increase. So after that it will show the employee number, salary, and name of that employee. In the main, there is a object created, emp obj. Emp is the name of class and obj as a object, and in the object obj.enum, and access the function enum. After that I am accessing the function obj.show, and when you will run this code, you will get the employee, whatever you enter the salary, number, and name of that employee 3 times. So it is a very simple program using the loop. Here, the use of nested classes in C++. The nested classes is a class defined inside another class. The class which contains a nested class is called as enclosing class. So let's look the code of a nested class, in which there is a first class. This is called enclosing class. So class name is first, in which private int a is equal to 3, and class B. Here class B, I am given the name is a B, in which public, and in which it is a function name display. And after that, in the display there is a I want to print welcome in the world of nested class in C++. After that, we are just closing the nested class here with this curly braces and the semicolon, and after that we are creating the object of the nested class, in which void show obj.display is calling, and with the help of the object of the first class, we can show the output. So when you will run this program, you will get the output as a welcome in the world of nested class in C++. And it is the short summary whatever the presentation we are discussed. So firstly we will discuss about the features of object oriented programming language. The C++ was developed by Vijayarne Stotux as a Bell Laboratories over a period of starting in 1979, and after that we will discuss about class, and after class we will discuss about object. After that we are look about some program related to class and object in C++, and after that a member function of class is a function that has its definition or its prototype within the class definition, like any other variable inside and outside member program in the class. And after that we look the nested class. The nested class is a class defined inside the another class. The class which contains the nested class is called an enclosing class. So it is our short summary, and thanks for watching this presentation and giving your precious time here. Thank you.